Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? What if it turned out that we are actually the very thing that we despise the most? I'm a huge science fiction fan, but even if you're not, I'm betting that most of you have heard of the Borg. The Borg are a villain from the Star Trek TV show, and what they are is a race of cybernetic aliens, and they fly around the galaxy assimilating entire cultures, entire planets. And what's really sinister is they turn the residents of these planets into them. They turn them into other cybernetic organisms, and they become other Borg, and they go and assimilate other cultures. Really a scary, scary alien. A couple of days ago, I was thinking about them for some reason, and it hit me all of a sudden like a sledgehammer. Oh my God, we are the Borg. Not in a future dystopian science fiction sense, but right here, right now, we are the Borg. And no, I haven't lost my mind. I mean that we are just like them in terms of the systems that we build, the voices inside our head, and the way that we live our lives without even realizing it. Now, science fiction is all about metaphor and commentary, and Star Trek in particular has a long history of doing just that. And at the heart of it, the Borg are a metaphor for any system that consumes individuality in the name of progress, efficiency, or control. And it doesn't take a genius to look around and see these kind of systems in our own world. They can range from the really obvious, like authoritarian governments like the old USSR that gobbled up other countries around it and have pretty much assimilated them into its own culture. Or European colonialism, where once again, people sailed out, assimilated other cultures and other countries, and pretty much turned them into European. It shows up in unchecked capitalism, to be sure, and mega corporations like Amazon and Walmart and private equity firms that gobble everything up and turn everything into one homogenous corporation, where we all just become drones. It shows up in all kinds of social conformity, from political ideology to religious ideology to any other group that you happen to be a member of where you're supposed to think and act a certain way. And it even shows up in algorithmic suggestions where our Facebook feed can kind of put us into this box of being this type of consumer. All these examples wear different masks, but they're the same hive. They're the same collective control. The truth is you're constantly told what's valuable, what success looks like, the right way to think, the right way to act, what to believe, and you are punished if you resist. But despite how disturbing that is, the most frightening part isn't external control, it's internal compliance. You hear the voice of the collective in your own head. And that voice is telling you things like, be realistic, don't make waves, following orders and conformity is safety. The voice feels like yours, but it's not. It's the conditioning and programming running silently in the background. It's the script that you didn't write, but that you hear all the time. But even worse, once you've been assimilated, probably in childhood, you start doing what the Borg always do. You try to bring others into the system. When people deviate from the norm, you push them back in line, and you judge people that refuse to conform. And think about it. It's very uncomfortable to be in a group of people and act differently from them. But it's just as uncomfortable to be in a group of people all acting the same, but having one person not conform. The human tendency is to push them back into place or exclude them entirely from the community. The end result? You are a carrier of the virus and a missionary for the machine. In a very real sense, you are the machine. You don't just lose yourself, you actively help to erase others. However, there is hope. Resistance is not futile. It can be uncomfortable, inconvenient, and costly, but it is possible, and more importantly, it is essential. You can unplug from the hive. You can reclaim your mind and stop being susceptible to the groupthink, and you can stop parroting what you were taught to believe. You don't have to optimize. You don't have to fit. You don't have to assimilate. You can remember who you are. You can build something for yourself and live your own life, and you can choose truth over programming, even if it costs you comfort. So remember, you're not a drone, you're not a brand, you're not a demographic, you're not a consumer, you are a human being. So stop repeating the script, stop spreading the virus, stop thinking like a Borg. Break free, reclaim your mind, and reclaim your life. Because the real future for you and all of humanity isn't about escaping the Borg, it's about refusing to become them. So if this video resonated with you, go ahead and like it if you actually liked the video, subscribe to the channel to hear more stuff like this, and share it with friends that you think might appreciate it as well. And I'd love to hear your comments. If you've had thought patterns like this, I'd love to hear about it. If you think I'm crazy, let me know that I'm crazy. Whatever you got. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time, kids. But be good to yourself, and don't be a Borg.